push. They can also finish the game really quickly if they just get a good team fight with Chen and Shadow Shaman.
I think you pick at fourth though, right? Like it's not like Gambit's gonna pick Terrorblade, so you definitely have like another not free pick here, but I think you could go with a decent offlaner here before the Terrorblade.
Brewmaster's still in the pool, but they might get something to keep this Pango in a place, something like a Beastmaster. I don't remember if they played Puck as an offlane or not. Am I mistaken?
Yang has definitely played it, yes. I'm not sure this tournament, but he definitely plays it.
Another hero in the pool that we have seen banned out a lot this week is CK. Although I don't think Gambit has played it yet. But that's still a hero that is... like, not played it yet this tournament.
Yeah, most of the time it was old but gold. Either picking it or teams were banning it against them.
Yeah.
They do PA instead of the TB, which is just as okay, right? I mean, Paparazzi has he gone beyond Godlike both games now that he's played it today? Yeah, I know he did the first one. I didn't know if he did this last one. I don't know if they ended the game before he could even get that many kills.
That might actually have been the case. I think that was the case. There was nobody in the double digits.
I actually like it a little, just a tiny bit more than TB because it can fight off low cooldowns, right? You have a Chen and a Rasta who are all low cooldowns besides his ulti, and this PA can just run around with a Chen, and it's a lot better than running around with a TB in meta because eventually it wears out and then he's useless. Man, that's scary. Just seeing Paparazzi 3 PAs in a row is scary, and there's going to be the Tiny. All right. We've seen it a decent amount, especially from the CIS teams. Vilu or an Immersion playing it a ton.
Yeah, this Pango had the most success when played as a mid laner. Not a big fan on the off lane because I saw him being shut down a couple of times. And it's probably going to be Witch Doctor 5, Tiny 4. Pango can swap to either mid lane, safe lane, even be on the off lane. And same goes for Troll.
So ideally, in your head, you'd like to have a hero for Afterlife.
Yeah.
As the last one.
This is gonna be a Tidehunter, isn't it? I think Tidehunter's really good here for Vici Gaming. I think it does well in the lanes versus any of these heroes, and you can just send him middle and you don't feel bad. Usually it's a 10th pick, but I don't see what's the problem with picking up right now.
For Ori?
I think Ori or Yang. I'm sure you want Ori middle, but I'm sure Yang can play at middle. It's a very straightforward hero, and it is good here. I think because not many heroes just shut down Pango, right? Because you can't just kill him.
Yeah.
But that hero can stop you from last hitting very hard because he can swashbuckle for the range creep, but if you anchor smash him, he just won't get any of the melee creeps. Maybe I'm just thinking too outside the box, but
I wouldn't mind if they get something like a Bat Rider. It's
sent.
All right, so initiation, Yang's special, easy to run away from Pango, ulti, tanky, good laning partner with Shadow Shaman, a lot of kill potential.
Second best behind Rubik, probably.
Yeah.
That is just any lane with Centaur, with any sort of like disable is so scary with the I don't even want to call it new retaliate, the semi-new retaliate. You just beat people down. So much damage.
People don't want to trade hits with you in the laning station because you have retaliate level 1 most of the time. They don't want to give you charges.
Yeah, you just win. That hero, I love it, and it's Yang's best hero. Not okay. I shouldn't say that confidently, but it's his most played hero, and he's amazing at it. Now, let's see the ban from Gambit. You're obviously banning out. Well, we'll know. If they ban out a good middle hero versus Pango, then we'll probably know it's Pango going middle, but I'm just curious. What would that be?
There's a lot of options for Vici Gaming to go for. It's a free puck game so far. They really have no catch for him unless Pango procs a lucky shot. They could also go for Ember Spirit themselves. Also, Lina is an option, or played it extremely well in both of these games. The positioning was not the greatest in the second game where he played it, but overall the laning stage he just dumpstered other mid laners.
Necrophos is banned out. Would that be an okay hero against Pango? Necro mid from Ori?
Sure. Because
I mean, you're going to get Guardian Greaves, and then it's like, yeah, I mean, in lane it owns, mid game it's a little bit rough, but late game it super owns.
And most of the time you're full HP on that Necro, and Pango doesn't really threaten the kill on you, even with the rotation coming out from either Tiny or Witch Doctor. You just don't care.
Yep, I think Vici might just go with the Lina here, right? Lina's one of the few heroes you just don't feel bad picking 9th, right? Because you know you might get countered, but luckily Lina isn't the most countered hero right now.
They ban out the dragon.
Yeah, Lina it is.
No,
Now Puck. All right.
Okay, but it's I like it though. I mean, we talked about offlane, but middle Puck still does the same thing, right? Hello, Pango.
Yeah.
Easy Dream Coil.
Yeah, because when you pick those 2 supports, Witch Doctor and Tiny already mentioned Puck, it's a free Puck game so far, unless Pango procs a lucky shot on him. And
but most people still, right? You have to go 4-4. I wish you could go like 4-1-4 on Pango because the Silence owns the Puck, but you need the wave clear. That's why you have to go 4-4-1. It's not as potent early game.
you could go.
You could, but I asked some of the players and they were just like, no, you have to have the wave clear with the shield crash, and I'm like, okay.
You think they want to dodge the Puck Pango lane and just go for the Pango offlane after all and pick something else for mid against that Puck?
Pango's not going to have that hard of a lane on mid.
Okay.
Pango still does fine because he has great attack animation and rune control, especially once he picks up that bottle.
The problem is Puck also has pretty good rune control, so you would be fighting him for it. But luckily there's a Chen in the game, so you know there's not too many rotations coming your way. What does Gambit want here? You need a hero that's not bad versus Puck. Because already, right, Puck coils your Pango and your Troll. They're just out of the game. They're actually out of the game, especially if Troll's ulted. He's just doomed. Like, that is actually, it is a super counter. You just coil him. If he's ulted, he just runs out. He just stuns himself. You lose your entire ulti. This Puck pick, man.
Yeah, Vici Gaming, they look pretty happy about what they just drafted, and Gambit, they're taking their time, so it means that they're really
Okay, I
not
like
sure
it.
what to pick. Okay.
I do like the Tide, and it is going to be the offlane, so it is still middle Pango. But this Tide usually has a good lane, and that's good because you have to win one lane in this case because they've been struggling with just winning one lane.
Gentlemen, is it going to be a tie or is Vici Gaming going to be at match point?
I'm gonna say Vici Gaming. We kind of predicted what they're gonna pick, and it makes a lot of sense. They didn't go anything too weird. Their lanes are gonna be strong, team fighting, and Puck is just extremely good against Pango, and as Grant pointed out, against Troll Warlord pre-BKB.
Yep, I think they have a better draft this game, Gambit, that is, and I think if Pango gets a good block middle and Puck doesn't, you can kind of control that lane and do a lot better than what I think this game it's on FN. Like, FN is the playmaker, he's the middle of this game, and it's going to be tough. I think Vici has a much easier time, but I think Gambit has a much better chance this game than game one.
All right, a lot of pressure on the shoulders of the stand-in FN here for Gambit Gaming. Let's see if they can do it here in the second game. Let's head over to Odie Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, CVS. Game 2 about to begin between Vici Gaming and Gambit, and already it's looking more Gambit-y from Gambit. Regardless of how they do in terms of the lanes and stuff, it's going to be back to basics. You are going to have Afterlife rocking the offlane Tide, and Immersion roaming around the map on his Tiny. So already, you got to like that better if you're a fan of Gambit. On the other hand, though, Vici Gaming, they get this paparazzi PA through once again, and as I believe you're going to tell me, they do have this mid lane matchup that could go pretty well for Ori.
Yeah, I think sometimes you can have this Pango that can do pretty well because of that animation, but Ori, this guy is in absolute... This is the best, one of the best Pucks. He is like probably top 2 Puck. Like, people are probably like, S4 Puck, right? You know, because the classic. But now this is the best Puck. He is probably one of the only ones who really plays it constantly, and it's an incredibly good game for it too. Pango can suffer a lot because Ori's probably going to do the QW build, and you just constantly hit him and hit him and hit him and hit him and hit him. Every time he walks up, you use the Waning Rift as well. So I think it could put some pressure on FN if he's not used to that matchup. Has to make sure to rush that bottle, and they have to guarantee that he gets those runes versus the Puck. But what Puck gives you versus Pango, where Pango usually excels, is rune control. Puck can just orb and set himself up to go for those runes as well.
We'll see. But at the least, you can only imagine that this game, there's going to be much more signs of life from Gambit this time around.
Yes.
It's unlikely to be as passive as last game. You can already tell with their draft that they do want to play a bit of a faster style. They do want to have this Pango making the plays, moving around the map. Tiny's going to be looking to set up action as well. You are going to have that pace of gameplay that Gambit have managed to succeed with time and time again so far in this event.
I think Vici's Vici's reading the movement right now with Gambit. They've been watching the replays, they've been preparing for them. When Gambit picks a strategy like this, they like to make sure that the Tidehunter can get experience, and they like to put pressure. You know, they see the Shadow Shaman PA Chen. Gambit's going to want to go aggressive here. You see the move already coming out from Vici. They know this is coming. They're sending the Centaur bottom. They're making sure that the PA can be up in top versus that Tidehunter instead of versus an aggressive tri-lane. So yeah, Vici very prepared for this series, that is for sure. And as the level 1 toss is already picked up from Immersion, so they want to make something happen immediately. You see Yang not even showing his face. This is, we want to hide our lanes. That is always what that means.
30 seconds
when nobody's really playing too far up.
Fade's
Fade's playing a bit far up, but
I might be. I wonder if FM was trying for the 200 IQ player there. Did you see that?
did he drop the ward? He dropped his tango,
shed,
right?
and then
yeah,
walked
up.
just in case they had a ward on Vici Gaming to watch show him, and it's like, oh, he's got an empty slot. He must have put a ward mid, but aha, he never had a ward all along. Obviously, the plan won't work because there was no vision from Vici Gaming. But
yeah, he tried.
Doing all the little things.
Yeah, little things.
Showing that FN he is playing at 120% here as the stand-in.
There's a lot of
giving
cool, like little things you can do around the mid lane,
little
right?
mind games
The things that people do where they walk up, you walk up to the high ground of Radiant side to see if they have a ward on the right side. Yeah, right there. If you stand there, you can actually get hit by the tower if they have a ward on that right side. So there's a lot of little cool things, you know, that mid players and everyone has found out over the years.
And as you say, it's going to be a very interesting mid matchup to see how it does end up in terms of CS. And as you say, you would be impressed if FN is able to come out even or on top of this. As the difficulty is up for the Panga.
I think Ori's going to have kill threat. I think he's going to actually I think he's going to crush FN pretty hard in this lane, to be honest with you. I think Ori's really good at understanding this matchup, and he even takes the Waning Rift level 1. I was questioning if he would do this because it's 100 damage at level 1 instead of Orb, which is only 70. So every time FN walks up, you can get into the last hit as well as put pressure on.
Looking at the side lanes, we do have Vici Gaming starting with the aggressive tri-lane for now. Just leaving the center on his own down bottom, whilst Gambit, they do have the 2-1-2 rocking at the moment. We'll see to which point Vici Gaming do move a support down here, which I imagine they will do, or do you think they're going to stay as this tri-lane up top for quite some time?
Keep the tri-lane for as long as possible. Okay. Yeah, Paparazzi is the one that you want farm. Centaur will catch up, and he's got the lane in a good positioning anyway, so. We're dropping a bit low, going to bring himself a salve. And we do see top. We saw Gambit. They make sure they block that hard camp just to make sure that they can't like pull and whatnot. Of course, the Chen can't take the big creeps early on anymore, so it's not for that reasoning. It's just to make sure that they can keep that that lane positioning for themselves.
Oh, see FN.
Does he jump for the courier? He does.
Oh, and he's got it.
He did it. Oh man, I saw it.
I mean, already this mid lane is looking good. Sure, the CS isn't that different, but it's little things like that. He gets the courier snipe, and FN, that was the second salve that he just got brought out to him.
He's no regen now. So the big thing is the regen battle. Or he's now going to be able to bully him super hard, just constantly hitting him, and he's going to get his, if he wants to, bottle at a very early pace. As we see the rotation coming out, we see Gambit, they want to send their troll top. They want to put the pressure on the PA, get the tide down bottom. So, yeah, Vici, very happy about this is Yang. He's actually might kill Afterlife here.
He's chasing it down and very close to doing so. Afterlife will be able to back off and pop the salve.
And now they have a Chen. So when you do your lane swaps, they can do it more efficiently. Bam, send the Centaur up top. Oh, but he might actually be sent to his death.
It's going to work out against them. DY sort of brought him over here. And Yang is going to be like, why you do this? He has got the fair.
Oh, he got the first blood, though.
The first blood. Oh, that's why he does it.
Okay.
Okay, he'll take that. I mean, sure, it is Yang dying for a support, but he gets the first blood. He gets the first blood.
Ori getting silenced up. Has the fairy fire, though, just enough to actually keep him alive. Whew, that got close.
And you know, this is where we are going to see that regen difference really come in. He's got a salve. He's going to be back up to full.
He might kill FN.
is dead.
I kind of thought that this would happen.
You called it. You called it. This mid lane, Ori is styling on FM. It's going to be hard.
It's like this guy's the best puck, honestly. His puck is super good, and he knows how to play to the limits, and he even gets a courier snipe, so it's going to set him up to a fantastic start. And Yang getting first blood too.
Trying with a bit of harassment onto Fade and Paparazzi, but nothing really close to having the damage. Go for this. Mercy does go for the toss. Fade towards Afterlife, but still no problems for Fade. He's able to just walk off. He's got a lot of tangos ready. 5 tangos still on that Shadow Shaman, so he's more than happy to trade harassment.
Not today.
Yang already has 13 retaliates built up, so if they do try to make a play onto him, he can definitely get aggressive. He might even be able to kill the Hawk if he steps up too far.
I mean, and looking at this mid lane as well, isn't it going to get close to a point where it's really hard for FN to just turn up at the mid lane? His life's going to get threatened very frequently by this puck.
Yeah, puck. As soon as puck hits 6, FN's probably gonna die just to the puck by himself. And like we were mentioning, you see FN, he tries to go to set up for any type of runes, but when you're playing versus puck, it's different. You don't have that rune control. He's just orbs, and Ori will get
an
lucky.
arcane rune. Yeah, that's. He's going to be able to do so much to just keep FN away.
He's gonna get a lot of pressure on him here from Ori.
And FN, what's he got? Regen Rise, just that last bottle charge. One bottle charge. Top lane FNG nearly goes down. Be able to get away. But now FN with that last bottle charge expended. He's got to wait a bit of time. The courier was out on top, so it's going to be quite some time until he gets more regen out to him.
Huh. Yang is actually going for leveling up the double edge. I guess just wanting a little bit more magical burst versus the Troll Warlord instead of leveling up Retaliate. Usually we see the Retaliate points get put up a lot more. But he already has 13 stacks on it anyway, so he's feeling like he wants that magic damage for taking out the Troll. And Dahak already getting pressured. Yang, a couple hits on him, 3 hits, gets the double edge 2, 1 more, and he gets an easy kill by himself without any help.
An immersion. He has to avalanche onto DY.
It's
a Centaur.
It's a 3K gold lead, Owen.
I mean, it is. It's looking rough again for Gambit. It's first 5 minutes. Vici Gaming. They're about to find another one. Setups there from Fade. And FN, he's struggling. He really is.
My God.
He really 18-4 against the 33 for 8, and that's the least of it.
Oh, Yang though, maybe they can go for this one. He's divine favored though, and he's got a tango running. Is it enough with the wand charges? It should be fine. Yeah, he's fine.
He's able to walk it off. Maledict won't do it.
Even saves his wand charges. Doesn't even have to use them. He's confident with that divine favor. Has the shrine available as we get a little bit past that 5-minute mark. How were bounties? Was it 2 or 3? It was 3 for Gambit.
And as you say, the 6 online, 30 seconds, and he'll have Dream Coil ready to pop once again. FN has to be super careful.
Yeah, I mean, playing Pango versus Puck is just, it's miserable. Because every time you're going to ult, all this Puck has to do is just coil the Pangolier, and you just start rolling in place.
Yeah.
You pretty much have to cancel your Pango ult in majority of the situations. FN will get a rune at least for himself here. And he's gone for the 3-0-2 build, so a little bit more duration on the silence to try to hurt Ori a bit, but that means his wave clear is going to be punished
yeah, this is what they're
heavily.
talking about in the panel. You know, as Grant said, maybe this could be an approach, but as Grant also said, that all the pros that he's spoken to about this has said, you really need that shield crash. But FN is trying to go for the alternate. Dream Coil back up, and there's no way to get out of that one. Can't swashbuckle with the Dream Coil's leash holding him in place. It's another death for FN.
And again, Paparazzi on a Phantom Assassin is free farming as the team is going to be able to put pressure mid. DY actually finds himself 2 of the enemy catapults with his rotations. So can put tower pressure on 2. Since that's, I guess, early they lack a little bit of tower pressure on the side of Vici, but they also have a Shadow Shaman and a Chen, which will be able to naturally push buildings as we progress.
And FN does have Immersion sitting by his side.
Or he's got double the net worth of FN.
At the silence, have an avalanche, but phase shift and an orb out. Ori no trouble of getting away, and FN was actually going to be tossed over. He's not going to be too happy with that one. He actually takes a hefty amount of damage from Ori.
He went for the treads build, so extra. He wants to play it, just stats. Just keep bullying this Pangolier because Pango's stats are very weak as a hero. So yeah, Puck just able to pull him out and put pressure on tower. Gambit, maybe they can find this one.
Yeah, they get the cast malady out. There is a stampede getting DY away. And in fact, Fade, Yang, they're ready to turn. They get on top of FNG with a Hoostomp, the retaliate damage, allowing Yang to right-click down the Witch Doctor. Ori's coming across, has the Dream Coil, set up with the Shackles. The Dream Coil followed there onto 2. They have the magical burst to nuke down to Hack. Hoostomp onto another immersion. They'll toss Yang up in the air, but Yang quickly comes down, slices his head off with the double edge.
This is just an incredible display by Vici.
It's
not ready for the pressure.
I mean, sure, Vici Gaming so far this tournament, they've looked good, but I mean, in this finals, they look absolutely phenomenal.
They look just so prepared. It's just like they look like they knew exactly what Gambit was doing when they had no vision of them. Even in the last game too, the way that they found the bounty hunter over and over again, it's just incredible preparation coming out from this team. And
it really does seem like they've stepped it up to 11 Vici game. They are not messing around at all. RTK's probably said to the team going through this money, like, guys, have some fun. And when we get to the finals, that's when we show them what we can really do. And they are so far in this beginning of game 2 on top of the very dominant game 1 that they already had.
They've got a Ravage if they want to try for it. The dive is coming out too.
Mid lane, more kills for Vici Gaming as Immersion is shackled up. They get Yang.
It was the Ravage though. They had to commit the Ravage to kill the Centaur.
And what, 5 heroes? Well, Immersion was dead,
4.
sorry, 4 heroes.
Yep.
Well, one of them was dead.
Yeah. 4 heroes to try to set up for that. Going mid. Now they can actually go for this here. They might be able to kill FN.
He's trying to poke in.
No, not quite. But again, look at the map. Look at the ward vision. FNG will at least be able to take out one of them. But again, aggressive wards coming up from Vici to put pressure on the target that they want to. In this particular time, it's the mid lane. Because of how well they've been doing, they can keep doing that. Oh, is he going to... If he finds FN here.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Oh, no, FN.
Oh,
no.
Oh, no. Let's just type F in the chat. We need some Fs. We need some Fs now. We need something. Post your emotes, post your silly faces.
At least he
FN needs everything.
At least he didn't walk up and take the whole neutral camp too or something like that.
At least there's
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. This is the finals. Got to remember that. Got to remember that. At the
Rune's
moment, it's
coming up.
not looking like that. Gambit's struggling. They're struggling.
They really are.
Vici Game is cruising.
They're looking hot.
Okay, let's say, you know, Gambit, they've tried pretty much everywhere else on the map. So let's try and move towards the bottom. Maybe we can kill Paparazzi. No, JK. He's out of there. Stampy's popped and he jumps over to the puck and he's out. He's out, he's wet. And top lane. I believe they just looked out. We'll see this again.
No, don't show it. Oh, poor, come on. Poor.
Oh no, get those Fs out again.
Oh,
come on.
poor FN.
Stop it. Stop it. Production. That's bullying. It's bullying. We don't accept that.
Fade. Ooh, the swashbuckle doesn't actually connect on him. He's able to claim the tower and almost... he actually has the Aether Lens finished up as well. So their catch on Vici is super strong, as we've been talking about, and Gambit's catch is super, I mean, just not really there. And there's a Stampede, who, as we've seen, Yang is just able to get his team out, and top tower looks like it's probably going to die. I mean, Gambit, they just can't make moves on the map. Because they're like the puck just jumps away. 20
This
seconds.
is when they can get the kill.
But they have to wait 2.5 minutes for every Ravage. And their puck, their Pangolier, who's their other team fighter, he's versus a puck, so he can't actually play his hero properly because he's just going to get ulted every time he joins into a fight with Rolling Thunder.
This is one of the poorest Pangoliers net worths we've seen at 11-minute mark. He just, I mean, you did Ori puck. Yep. It really was that magical finishing pick for Vici Gaming's lineup, and it was absolutely perfect. And absolutely perfect.
Yeah, even like on top of everything, like that courier kill just rips the whole game apart.
You knew from that point that this was going to be a potentially another rough one for Gambit.
Yep. They're controlling enemy jungle here. Do they have the Blink Dagger yet on Yang? That's probably what they're waiting for before they get even more aggressive. He's about to finish it onto that Centaur. Ori also about to finish Blink. So they're going to have double initiators versus the side of Gambit. And Gambit have no items.
And yeah, Dahak, you know it's bad when the Troll's queuing up a Maelstrom.
I mean, he's got Phase Boot double Wraith Band, and he's level 7 at almost the 12-minute mark. I mean, we've been talking about the gold differential. The experience doesn't look that bad, but it definitely feels that bad.
Radiant's middle tower
Demon Edge on Paparazzi. So again, of course, why not? My team is doing everything for me. I can just farm. Go for Battle Fury.
I mean, why are we seeing such a difference here in the grand finals, do you think, between these two teams? I mean, it doesn't feel like Vici Gaming's been playing this good for the entirety of this LAN, and it doesn't feel like Gambit's been playing this bad for the entirety of the LAN. They've both just gone to the extremes in this grand final so far in both games. And it's like, what's happened?
Games get really, really difficult if you don't do well in your lanes. They lost all 3 lanes both games. Playing Dota, once you lose your lanes like that, it just becomes, your whole game plan is just thrown off, because they had this lane idea that they wanted to aggro tri-lane, right? And then they switched the lane, and they're versus a Chen, so the Chen does it more efficiently, and even when the one situation happened where maybe Yang was going to die, he got the first blood, so nothing's working out for Gambit's favor, and yeah, Vici just seem like they know everything that's going on in this game. As they're smoked up bottom, as we said, they have their Blink Daggers ready, so they can just keep taking fights, and they have natural tower push, while on the side of Gambit, their tower push comes from a Troll Warlord who has items, so they can't actually look to really make a trade out of this even.
It just really looks like the preparation from Vici Gaming has been perfect. I mean, coming into this LAN, as Vici Gaming, you're probably mainly looking at Gambit saying, we need to have strats for this team, and they certainly do. Yep. They know exactly what to do against Gambit, as it seems so far.
And they kill the tower without even having to commit those mass serpent wards. As Gambit's trying to come forward, but the coil on 3.
Alright, can they kill this? They do get the Malady for charge, the Ravage, the everything. Does the job. They kill the puck.
Alright, I mean, they get themselves on the board. It costs them a lot, but at least it's something. Paparazzi's probably going to feel kind of safe now, though, because there's not much that they can pressure him with. And that was a five-man rotation. They get a good kill, but it doesn't turn into anything. They can't turn it into a tower.
And this Battle Fury is going to be quicker than it was in Game 1 for Paparazzi. He's just about a Void Stone or a Ring of Health away, whichever he gets first. He's got enough for one of them. Just needs to get that second one done. Again, this sort of 15-minute round timing for a Battle Fury.
FN, he's been spotted.
Oh no.
Oh,
FN, don't get baited by the sexy Chen, and he did. He saw it, he wanted it, and he's not going to get it. As they'll just get him.
And now they're going to insta-smoke and look for another play here, as they do have ward vision right now on Dahak as well as the rest of Gambit. They have Stampede available. Not going to use it just yet.
Jumping with the hoof stomp.
Oh, damage.
Takes follow-ups there. And as you say, they have Stampede, they don't need it. They may use it if they want to try for more. Ori, he knows that he can do this. He's got nothing to be worried about at all. There's no Ravage. The only sort of disable would be a cask flying his way, and he's going to dodge that every single time with a phase shift.
Tidehunter. We see Afterlife. We see the port instantly coming out from Yank. He's a little bit low, but he's going to commit forward anyway.
Yep, they've got Stampede back up to come in. Jump forward. FNG's watching from the sideline. Silence comes out as well as the Dream Call on. Two of them will go for the gush onto the puck. Does have FN as well, and Vici Gaming being a little careful how they come up. They've got to drop the wards
high ground.
The Ether Shock as well onto the three of them, but FNG does have the Death Ward out, but there's the nuke damage from the orb. Ori jumps across, finishes off the Witch Doctor. Vision is there for them to jump over towards Afterlife. Fade will die to the Maledict. But again, it's just Vici Gaming outplaying Gambit in every single sense.
With a PA free farming.
And that's the Battle Fury done with this creep.
This looks exactly the same as the last game, if not worse.
I mean, I said it couldn't have been worse, and somehow it is.
But the one thing is, though, at least they have a draft that actually can be able to maybe do something, though. Right? With the Troll Warlord, it's not like last game where they just don't have any damage. They at least do have some damage if they can get items, but I don't know if he's going to get to that point.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, boy. Just the frequency of like the way that they can take team fights too, right? Because their longest cooldown is, of course, I believe the Stampede on the side of Vici. Yeah, Mass Serpent Ward's 10 seconds longer. No, I was close. But they can play really fast because they have so many different ones that they can use because of the puck. Just that quick, like 70, 60-second cooldown that'll be constantly be looking for plays. And yeah, they won all 3 lanes, so it makes it just that much easier. We do see right now, though, that they are playing the map dark on the side of Vici. Gambit has finally been able to at least get some wards down and at least protect themselves a little bit for the time being. There's actually 1 ward down bottom from Vici, but besides that, nothing else.
No. And yeah, Dahak, he's not going to go for that Maelstrom that he queued up. He's going to go for
normal.
Feels that he can go for the standard stuff. Doesn't need to go to extreme measures as of yet. He feels he's got Yasha, BKB next queued up.
They're going actually. Ori's going for a bit of a. This is a confident build. I call.
He's got the Dagons.
He's going for the Dagon. Yeah. I thought if he goes for Yules, it's like he's not going to die. He never has to risk himself versus the Lucky Shot. This is the. We're feeling good right now, and they're so squishy. We're versus a Troll Warlord in the early game versus a Pango who has 1,000 HP. He can literally just kill FN at the start of the fight instantly by himself. So it's a risky play, but it's the, I'm feeling good right now play.
And with that, they can go for the style points play. If we get the Chen bringing the puck in, and just before he's actually going to get bought out, he puts an orb, so he's going to have somewhere to jaunt back to, and then he just goes where the Chen is. Dagon, Waning Rift, jumps back to the orb, back to farming. I want to see the efficiency.
If they actually do that in this game, that'd be fun. I highly doubt it, but that's actually a pretty fun one. As we see, Fade, he's just makes his way down bottom. They've still got double siege creeps too. And easy pressure, easy tower picked up. They've got their ultimates available again. Even though Gambit has their ultis up, one of them, as we've said multiple times, is not really in the game because you can't really use Whirling Thunder too well versus a puck.
There's a DD run down bottom. I mean, is there anywhere that...
Oh, yeah. They're going to give it to him. They can go for Rosh.
Give him the bottle as well,
right?
Yeah,
give him the bottle, and they can go set up for Roshan. Maybe get a...
There we go.
Maybe 1 more ward down. Maybe wait for Serpent Wards plus the DD in the bottle.
Oh,
but we'll see. They might just look to go for it once they get their lanes out.
It's just a 1,000 gold away from the Desolator.
Wait, really? He's that oh my god, I didn't even notice he was that close to it already. Nope, they're just pinging it. They're like, we're strong.
They can do it with the DD if they want to.
Okay, Ori's only going to go the Dagon 1. He's queued up the Yules afterwards.
Oh,
okay.
come on.
I mean, it's... Yeah,
Come on, Ori.
the Yules is way
can-
too good this game. You're versus Lucky Shot,
Are scanning.
who is not only just a Lucky Shot, FN maxed it. 0 points in Shield Crash. I've never seen that before.
I mean, as I said, I think, Grant said you don't want to do this. You need that shield crash to farm and push out waves.
It's not, I mean, also the damage mitigation is, it's substantial.
Yeah,
and he can actually be a
especially
frontliner.
this Dagon it's going to kill you.
He has 1100 HP on your mid laner.
Oh, it's been a rough game for FN. He did, as we say, he had the hard matchup, and it's certainly showing.
And they're actually, Vici's not just straight committing. I think maybe just because Paparazzi's so close to that Deso, they're like, we can wait for this. Wait for Deso, wait for Serpent Wards, just to make sure. We're not in a rush. They're really not in a rush at all.
I mean, there's a 12k lead at 19 minutes in.
And Gambit just, they have no way to make plays, as we've been saying.
That's going to be the Deso money done with the Ancient stack. Win probability seeing it a solid 89%. I don't think there's any arguments there.
Radiant's top tower is
This
under
game
attack.
looking to be pretty firmly in the bag once again for Vici Gaming, unless Gambit can pull out something sensational.
I think they're just going to have no damage. I think this mech, the mech is already going to be coming out soon for DY on top of a Hand of God, and I believe they have a pipe also finished up on the Centaur. So they have all these healing abilities while we see on Gambit's side. Does anybody even close to those? No. So they'll be playing a full mech and pipe down with a 12k deficit. As you see, the lanes just keep being pushed in, and yeah, Immersion's letting out some laughs, but they really just, they can't do too much. He's trying to farm his Blink Dagger, but they're all just trying to farm wherever they can. Yeah. As there's the Deso, and you have to imagine that's going to be the Rosh at any moment now for Vici.
Yeah, they can go for it whenever they want.
Full control.
I think at that Rosh, a few more objectives. Shaman's going to be very close to having an Aghanims.
Yeah. You know what I wish that we had some of the times is like the comms. You remember we would have sometimes like the player comms during the games? And
I think
some of these would be pretty cool to see how like the difference in
Well, apart from
confidence.
the fact that we can't speak either of the languages.
That's actually pretty fair.
I wouldn't be much use at all.
Not in this one. That's true.
I mean, my Chinese and Russian ain't that great.
Jump forward by Yang. That's a dead FN.
Still, they do get FN. The Shackle's there onto the tide. Dagger comes out to Immersion. Jump forward from Paparazzi. He'll clean him up. They do lose the Centaur. A buyback will come out from Immersion. Paparazzi turns to finishing off the pit. Ori's there up to the high ground. Nukes down another. FNG's dead. Buys back. Paparazzi finishes off. Roshan has the Aegis.
The hot pop
pops the
BKB.
BKB, but it's about to wear off. He's got to now get out of there. Paparazzi's going to start turning and start killing everybody that's in his sight. Afterlife takes a dagger to the backside. He's gone. Jump forward from Ori. He's got the silence on the 2. There's the hedge.
I think they might
from
call
Yang
it.
as he's in with a Who Stomp.
Jeez, this is just completely, I mean, it's
boy.
been out of hand, and now I think it's just completely over.
I
There's
think
no
it
way
is.
that Gambit can come back in this game.
Dire's
Wow.
middle tower is under attack.
They're just running around Vici. I mean, Vici can just, they can really just go high ground here at this point. They don't have their Serpent Wards, but with a Deso PA and just how strong they are.
I mean, I'm looking into the future, and I'm seeing a rampage in about a minute's time for Paparazzi.
All right, let's see. Okay, so 22:56. I
Yeah,
got you.
okay.
I got you.
We'll see. 22:56. We've got a rampage coming. I can feel it. It's one of those kind of games. This PA is out of control. The whole team is out of control.
And Ori goes heals up. He gets brought back from the Chen.
Dire's middle
Full
tower
HP.
has fallen.
And everybody's full HP. And they even, I believe, have...
Middle barracks
Did he actually...
is
Oh, he
under
didn't actually bring the mech. I thought Ori picked up the mech from the Chen to
Middle
bring it to him as well,
barracks.
but he didn't. But either way, doesn't matter.
Radiant's
Easy racks. The
top
Hawk can't
tower
join. No
is under
BKB.
attack.
They've got Ravage and Blink Dagger, but can't do
Dire's
anything versus
bottom shrine
versus
is
Vici.
under attack.
They look incredibly prepared, as
Well,
we've said.
on the plus side, that rampage probably isn't going to happen now with the Paparazzi.
He
TP
did-
out. So, you know, TP out. So,
I'm
Dire's
watching the
bottom
time.
shrine is under
there's not
attack.
happening.
Nope. Oh, and I'm holding you to it.
I don't believe in it.
Radiant
Paparazzi's chilling. He wants to hit a few more creeps, get his BKB done. There's no rush.
There's no rush.
You know, get his
So-
level 18. You know, you want to get the crit a little more powerful before you really sort of show your power.
I mean, why not? They
Why not?
literally have no timing. No timer they have to wait for or anything. They can just do whatever they want in this game.
What's the win probability? I mean, it must be
gotta be
edging to
100.
100. Yeah,
98.
98.
I'm surprised it's not 100.
Why did it dip down? Gaben doubted it.
Maybe when someone died and bought back. Maybe
No,
when
but
Yang
they
bought
did
back.
it. I guess, yeah.
Actually, no, I don't know.
What did Gaben see that we could not?
I'm not sure. Ori. Clear out the wave, jump away. As Gambit, their smoke. This is probably the last smoke of the game that they're trying to make something big happen. Can they actually get Ori here?
Hey! Ravage!
They get him.
They got it! All right, yeah, give it, the crowd giving a bit of a clap. Well, yeah, that's a dead puck.
But Vici, they don't care. They're like, let's go fight anyway. They just use Ravage.
Oh, no. Run out of here, Gambit. Be careful.
Be able to find anyone.
They don't need the puck to get the crits. That's all on the PA.
Yep. They can stay on the aggressive side, too, because they have a Chen. So as soon as puck respawns, just bring him back into the fray. And they're still very strong with these heroes, as we've said 100 times. You know, Mech Pipe, they've got this level 18 PA, and yeah, they strong. And that's pretty much the only way they can actually catch that puck there, because Immersion didn't have the blink, so they only really have that blink Ravage to catch him off guard.
It's pretty much been responsible for the majority of their kills, the Ravage.
And top, rest in peace, Immersion.
It's got an Avalanche. It's have a toss, but PA unfortunately has 2 abilities that help close the gap.
The Phantom strikes.
He's trying. He really wants to try to at least get his blink dagger before the game closes out, but Vici's not even giving them any type of breathing room as puck is back. Chen recalls puck. FN.
Oh, the high.
He got. Oh, the coil's off the mark.
Oh, there we go. But in the base, Pepper out, see nearly 1 shot to Tidehunter. Let's jump forward. Gambit's got to back up. Get the cast down. The creeps are already in the back line. Zori jumps in with the Dagon burst. He's able to kill off Afterlife. Steer 3 tower going down. They've got no Tidehunter for 40 seconds. GG is called. GG is called. Vici Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. They're just on another level. Something happened. I mean, the smiles are out. They know it.
Of course.
This has got to be so far the easiest finals they've ever played.
I mean, Ori did everything right? He dominated the mid matchup, sniped a courier. They swapped lanes. Like literally everything went perfect for them. Won all 3 lanes and did everything.
Did he just hit him?
It was a happiness hit.
Okay. A happiness hit. Is that what they call it over there?
A very light good job. You know, you killed courier, but don't let it get to your head. So they still have to win this last game. And I mean, Gambit's shown they are a very strong third team, but yeah, Vici really seems to have their number in this one.
They really do. It's almost, you can't believe how different the skill level looks in these 2 games. This is, I mean, sure, Vici Gaming before the tournament, a lot of people would have tipped them to be the favorites, and a lot of people as well would have tipped Gambit to be the ones to take the major spot. But I don't think anyone would tip the difference to be this drastic between these 2 teams. Vici Gaming are just making it look so easy.
Especially after last series, right? We just saw Gambit dismantle FP with ease.
Yeah.
And then this is Vici slamming them with even more ease.
Well,
this is unbelievable by Vici.
I don't believe. And they're Vici Gaming. They're 1 win away from making it to the major. Gambit, they've got to pull something out the bag. I mean, if you're Gambit, you tried game 1, a different strat. Game 2, you went back to more sort of the standard Gambit stuff that's been working out for them so far. I mean, where do you go in this next game if you're Gambit?
What
do you try now?
I mean, they tried, like you said, they tried to aggro tri-lane. Vici read it, and Vici just looks so prepared. I really don't know what you do. Gambit's got to pull some miracle out.
They really have. They've got to do something crazy. They've everything on the line in this next game as Gambit 1 game away from not making it to the major, and Vici Gaming 1 game away from getting that ticket over to Sweden and being able to join in the action with the big boys next week. But we'll see what happens as we'll pass back to the panel. But as it stands 2-0, Vici Gaming taking an incredibly confident lead in this best of 5.